Hello ladies, how you doing? All right, so most of you on our team are probably pretty familiar with the 4 color personalities. If you're not, I did a video a while ago, probably about 2 years ago actually. I'm sure you can, I just have 4 color personalities in the search bar. You'll be able to find it in the 3D group. But this is something that I absolutely love. I find fascinating, and you know what? It really does help with business, whether it comes to recruiting, sales, building relationships, all of that, okay? So let's get down to it. Today we're gonna do a training for what we call super red. So we're gonna go through all 4 colors in individual videos here, right? So this is number 1 of the series. So first off, we'll just do a kind of recap of our 4 color personalities. Okay, so reds. Reds are very driven. They love recognition. They're highly ambitious. Yellows are very caring, nurturing. They love to be a team player. Then we've got blue. Blue are people. They love excitement. They love to be the life of the party. They love getting out there, meeting people, okay? And greens are really analytical. They like to know the ins and outs of everything. They're very information driven, okay? So today we're gonna talk about, Leanne Anderson did training on these and I absolutely love it. So I took some notes off of her, added a little bit of what I found myself as well too, but I totally agree that, it does take balance, okay? So when you take the color personality test, you're going to see that, it's a percentage red, a percentage blue, a percentage yellow, percentage green, okay? So of course we go by the more dominant number that kind of factors into what color personality we are, right? But the fact is everybody's kind of like a nice mix, right? But you have to find balance as well too, okay? So sometimes we can get overly colorful in our certain color personality, okay? So I'm talking about super reds today. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in some yellow and we're gonna create balance to that, okay? So reds, for instance, so if you have any of these traits, I would say, okay, so if you show any of these traits here, you are red, okay? So reds are leaders. They want to be leaders like yesterday, okay? They're impatient, results focused, money driven, incentive driven. They love to be the center stage. They enjoy public speaking. They're action takers. They can be ego driven. They're typically top producers, and they're focused on professional personal development. So outside of the fluffy stuff, maybe, maybe considered like, confidence and self-esteem building, they're gonna go for the sales, the team growth, stuff like that, okay? So more professional personal development. So PPD, all right? So now how are we gonna balance this out? Well, let me tell you a little bit about the yellows. The yellows, show a lot of support for their team players, they're patient, they're nurturing. So sounds great. So if anybody's a super red, okay, and a couple traits here, when I read here next, okay, if I would say if you have 3 out of these traits, then you're bordering on being a super red. And you know what? That's okay, because we're all human, okay? And nobody's perfect, and there's nothing wrong with being a super red, just like there's nothing wrong with being a super blue. But if we can bring other balances into that, we're just going to help others be more successful and ourselves be more successful, okay? So it's about growth, okay? So here we go. So you are extremely red, on the borderline of being a super red at least. But let me tell you, they make amazing leaders, especially when a super red gets in touch with that yellow side, okay? So ask yourself this: you may be a super red if maybe you struggle to relate to your team, or perhaps you struggle with being vulnerable, okay? Vulnerable with your team and others. Super reds are impatient with results. They see yellow, or can see yellow, as weak or fluffy, okay? They can see being yellow. They don't want to be known as yellow because they'll see that as a weak trait, okay? They tend to be bossing instead of leading. So they can push their team, and by pushing their team, they don't push in the right way, and they can actually push their team out, okay? And also, they're high recruiters, but they don't have a good retention rate. and their duplication rate is low, okay? So how do we fix this? All right, Super Reds, not to worry, okay? So here's things that we can do. I'm gonna break it down for you, okay? So this is where you could be going wrong. And like I said, everybody's different. This isn't pointing fingers at, anybody, but this is just to help you grow, okay? And myself grow and everybody grow, okay? So breakdown. So where you could be going wrong, okay? You need to reach out, help, and support your team. We have to remember, if you're a Super Red, you have to remember you can't do this on your own, okay? As I've always said, the day that I turn my business from a me upside down into a we, it took off, okay? And that is our company's mission, okay? We uplift, empower, and validate everyone, okay? And we cannot succeed without helping others succeed. And that's the beauty of this company, okay? So we succeed together. Okay, and that's also, if you're Super Red, getting in touch with the yellow side, right? So, Reds are born ready to run, action, results driven, but sometimes Super Reds, they tend not to be empathetic with the struggle that others are going through, okay? So, when it comes to self-esteem, confidence, they don't really maybe understand where that person's coming from. So you're recruiting somebody and you just don't understand. You're a Super Red and you're super driven and you're like, I'm doing this and you're doing this and why aren't you so driven and why? Why don't you see the amazing potential that this has and how you can change your life, okay? And that goes to the saying, you can't want it more than they want it for themselves, okay? So how can we better, if you're Super Red, how can you better help your team, okay? So you want to become a better mentor. You want to be able to focus and empathize with what that particular person is going through, okay? Share your struggles. Help them with the confidence, okay? Because not everybody comes into this business with confidence. A lot of us come into this business with no confidence. And you know what? Here's the thing. If somebody comes in with high confidence, I guarantee you they're going to have struggles, okay? And you as a leader have to step back and say, you know what? I feel you. You're not the only one. You're not alone. I've been there. I've done that before, and this is the process that we're going to go through, and I'm going to help you and stand by you, and this is how we're going to get through this together, okay? Bringing in that yellow side to that Super Red, okay? Because if not, what your team is going to say is, I'm not her. She's got the Midas touch. I can't do this. I can't do this. And you know what? I'm doing the things and whatever, and I'm just not getting any results, and it just must be me. And that's what they're going to think. They're going to think it's just them, okay? So make sure that you get in touch with your yellow side and you can relate to your team. As a Super Red too, you can also be impatient. So as a leader, you want to be a leader. You want to be black status like yesterday. Well, guess what? Instead of focusing on the destination, you need to focus on the process, okay? Be process driven. Stop looking externally and look more internally. And that's what tends to happen because you start saying, I do all the work, my team's doing nothing. What's wrong with my team? My team won't do anything, okay? So divorce the results and marry the process, all right? Love that, by the way. So what you want to do is you want to help your team grow. You can't fixate on instant results, okay? If you're impatient, they'll feel that and it's going to push them away. They're going to need time and space to develop. They're going to need time and space to grow and be confident, okay? We all needed it. We've all been there, okay? So don't come into this, Super Reds, okay, and say, I've conquered this and this, that, and the other, and, act like you haven't been there. Like, yeah, you've conquered it and you've overcome those challenges, but be empathetic to those that are going through what you once went through, whether it was yesterday or 4 years ago, okay? So yellow perception. We got to change, Super Reds got to change the way that they perceive yellow, okay? They tend to perceive yellow as vulnerable and a weakness, okay? But being vulnerable is a strength. It makes you relatable, okay? It's respectable and it's essential as a leader. If you don't share your struggles, your trials and tribulations, your team's going to respect your results, but they're not going to be able to relate the process with you, okay? So once again, it goes back with being empathetic and being there for your team and saying, hey girl, I've been there. You're not alone. I'm here for you, okay? Boss versus leader. This is there's a vast difference with this, okay? So, Super Reds will tend to reach out and be like, how many parties have you got going? How many people have you talked to? How many sales have you got going? Show me your numbers, girls. What's going on? And truthfully, it's kind of when they need it, right? It tends to be at the end of the month when they need it. And that's huge. That's a huge no-no. Once again, this is a we business, not a me business, okay? focus on other people's paychecks and yours will just naturally grow with it. But, you know, there's a difference. If somebody asks to be checked in on and held accountable, then that's great. Check in with their numbers, check in with their parties, okay? Be there for them, okay? But bring a little bit of that yellow side in, okay? Because when you push and pressure, you're pushing them away. People signed up to be their own boss. If they wanted a boss, they would go back to their own day job, right? Okay? So just think of it as we have a volunteer army of amazing women that we get to walk beside every single day, okay? If you push people for results that you want, you're going to push them away. Instead, you need to encourage and nurture their results. Find out what they want, okay? Connect with them. Pick up the phone, call them, do a video call. I love doing Facebook Messenger video calls. They make everything so much more personable. You get to put a face to the name. You get to figure out each other's personalities and get to connect, okay? It's such a beautiful thing, okay? But reach out to them, okay? Show them that you care, okay? Because that's what we are, we care. Our job is to care about other people and help them, okay? And help them see the potential that maybe they don't see inside themselves. I firmly believe that my job is really to believe in others before they believe in themselves, okay? Also, you know, show them that you've been on the same journey. Nobody gets from white to black without going through the exact same process. Doesn't matter if it takes you 8 months to get to black or if it takes you 8 years. You still have to go through that journey. Now, not everybody's journey is going to be the same. No. But we all still have to go through that process, okay? We are all the same. So last one here is uncoachable. Super Reds tend to be uncoachable. If they are handed out or given examples or reached out to with creative criticism, then, you know, they tend to take it personally. They take it more internally. And, you know, as Super Reds, we have to remember that, you know what, no one's perfect, okay? And instead of taking it personally, maybe we need to look at it as like, whoa, okay, you know, stop and think about it. Don't take it personally. Be like, I can grow from this. This person cares and they're offering me their opinion and they're trying to help me. Maybe you're going through a challenge or, you know, hump or whatever, and they're you know, and they're trying to help you. They're trying to help you grow. So don't be so impatient, okay? Don't take it personal and take value in the growth mindset, okay? So that is my whole spiel on the Super Reds, okay? And the Super Reds, like I said, are those extreme reds, okay? Now, next series, we're gonna be talking about the extreme blues or the super blues. So I hope that helps you guys kind of balance it out. Like I said, we all have different color traits. We have dominant ones. But, you know, if you're teetering on these supers, then, you know, once again, we need to look internally. We need to focus on personal development. And this is to help everyone, including myself. And, you know, we can all grow together. All right. See you soon. Bye.